rename or move files. As usual, there are two ways. We can do this in the operating system, or we could do it using Git. Yes, it's true. Git can rename, move, or delete files. All can be done within Git itself, not just to the repository, but to the actual files in the OS. Okay, in NetBeans here, I'm going to rename this file. Let me see, refactor. All right, how do you rename a file here? All right, double click it quick, double click it real quick. All right, so this is gonna be called file _1_ I'll call it renamed. Right, so now it's called file1 renamed. Okay, I'm gonna do a git status. Changes to be committed. It realized that the file was renamed. You know, in the older versions of Git, it wouldn't have realized that. Okay, it made my life easier. If it hadn't recognized it, I would have had to do git add to the new file name, and then it would have realized that it's actually a rename. But now it realizes it's a rename right away, and I don't even have to do a git add. Actually, and also I would have had to do a git rm to remove the old file, but I don't have to do that either. Now, even if the file content had changed somewhat, it would still have recognized that this is a rename, unless the amount of changes were more than 50% or so. Okay, I'm not going to commit these changes now. I'll do it later because we're going to make some more changes. Now, I'm going to do the second type of rename. This time, I'm doing it all from within Git. So the command is going to be git mv file _2.html space file2 renamed.html. Okay, hit enter. Now let me go into NetBeans, see what happened. It renamed the file and it shows up in the OS, specifically in NetBeans. Okay, that was easy. Okay, let me do git status. Changes to be committed. Now, before we wrap things up here and commit, I'm going to demonstrate how to move files using git. It's the same command we've used, but now we're going to put the file in a new directory. First, I'm going to create that new directory. Then go here, say new folder. I'm going to call the folder dir new. The project name is Git Practice. It's going in the Git Practice source files. That way it puts it where I expect it to put. If I chose the other option here, it would put it in a folder inside the NetBeans folder. So Git Practice source file. Okay. All right, let's see. It's going in the right place here. Click Finish. All right, I have a new directory now. The command is git mv. The name of the file I'm moving, file _3.html. Where am I moving it to? The name of the directory is dir new, dir_new. And it's moving it. I have to name the file, and I won't change the file even though I could at this point. So it's still going to be file _3.html. Do git status here. Renamed. They're all renames. File3.html got moved to dir new. File _3.html. All right, looks good. Now, okay, now I'm going to commit all this stuff. Everything looks good. Let's do git status. Nothing to commit. Working directory is clean. I'm going to show what NetBeans would show me. All right. Everything here looks as it should. Now, there are pros and cons. As I stated in the beginning, there are always two ways. You could do things in the OS and then go to Git and commit the changes, or you could just go to Git right off the bat and take all these actions, whether it's renaming or moving or deleting a file or files in Git, and then committing. Now, the pros are, okay, if you're doing it to one or two files, using Git right off the bat is the easier choice. On the other hand, if you are moving lots of content in the project, you might want to do it using a GUI and then go into Git and commit these changes. That might be easier.